Today, I finally made my first trade with real money, and it was a loss. All right, guys, let's break down today's trade. It was a bit hectic because it was my first trade with real money, and I went to enter the trade, and Webull popped up confirmation. It popped up having me fill out my address and my work information and submitting these forms. And I was a little confused why they didn't have me fill out these forms before I went to make my first trade. So not really sure what that was about. That was a big lesson learned. Make sure to have all your forms filled out before you go into trade with real money. That's why we started with a small account and not with a bigger account. So things were stressful because of that. And I also need to figure out how to take off confirmation. So when I hit buy, the order just goes, not popping up a thing asking me to confirm everything. Nonetheless, we were looking at KPRX today. They had news. There was a lot more on the screeners today to watch, so I was a little overwhelmed as well as to which stocks to watch. But this one opened green on the first 5 minutes. It had news of a private placement for up to $24 million. So felt pretty good, pretty strong open. It goes to break the 5 minute opening high here, and that's when I go to make the trade. And that's when it pops up having me fill out all these forms before I can make the trade. And then in hindsight, I was like, okay, well, maybe the universe kind of saved me from a bad trade here because I didn't even wait for confirmation to close above that high. It just wicks out and then comes back down. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I avoided something bad. Then it starts to curl back up. I finally finished out the paperwork. And so as it re-entered breaking that 5 minute orb high, I entered the trade, came up here, hit about 0.7 R, we'll call it, but I was holding out for 1 R, definitely. I mean, it still felt strong, it had good volume. I assumed that maybe it would pull the VWAP, test VWAP, and fly for a new high, hopefully. Of course, that's all you can hope for. And it instead falls through VWAP. That's probably a big signal to sell, but I was like, it's my first trade, so I'm going to go ahead and hold and just see if it hits stop loss because I need to get used to the feeling of real money hitting the stop loss. Because honestly, after that happened, I was like looking at Rich Tech bounce off the VWAP and go up a little bit. I was like, maybe I should make that trade. I started getting a little bit of that sense of wanting to get back what I lost. That emotion take over me of like, okay, maybe I should start looking at other stocks to trade, see if I can scalp. I reminded myself that I need to replicate exactly what I did on paper trading with the real money. Just because it's real money doesn't mean it changes anything. It's the same process, same everything. So yeah, I took a loss today. We've seen the numbers. We know that I'm always going to take losses, but the wins should be bigger than the losses. Overall, if we stick to the strategy, don't make any revenge trades, nothing crazy. Looking at the account, you can see here, because we were at 1,100, it did fill a little bit under the stop loss. So we took about a $12 loss today. Here we have filled at 2.475 and closed out at 2.29. And then we'll jump over to the trade log. And the R is a little bit more than minus 1 R because of the slippage on that stop loss. And that's okay because the biggest takeaway here is that I just took a loss with real money. It hurts, but we didn't revenge trade. We didn't do anything crazy. So that is a win from today. And looking at our equity curve, that is a loss followed by the loss we took on, let's say, Monday last week. That was also around a 1 R loss. So we are back down below 0 on the equity curve. Overall, still trending up. It's really shifted with the bearish market. What I'm learning right now, it's hard to be a bull in a bearish market. And it's probably true for the opposite. It's hard to be a bear in a bullish market. Because right now, the overall market is going down. So for me to go against the grain and try to trade for bullish positions, probably not the wisest thing, but I don't have a $50,000 margin account. So to my understanding, I can't short stocks right now. I can't take bear positions anyways. So all I can do is continue to go against the grain and hope to find those stocks that will go up at least 1R. That's my goal. And just keep doing what I'm doing, keep practicing, keep refining the edge. Right now what I have isn't necessarily perfect. There's still things to work on. That's why we have the trade log. Today was a mix of technicalities with the Webull platform and not having the forms filled out, and also just an actual losing trade. And that's okay. We didn't revenge trade. It's a good day. So yeah, thanks for tuning in for today's trading recap. If you guys enjoy this content, please make sure to leave a like. If you have any comments or takeaways that I missed, I feel like there's definitely some that I probably did. Make sure to leave a comment down below. If you enjoy this series, be sure to subscribe to follow along my journey from rookie trader to profitable trader. Until next time.